Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm gonna do my first Q&A. I'm so excited. I have been going back and forth about when I'm gonna do a Q&A. I took some questions from folks on Instagram and was like, I'm gonna do a Q&A. What questions do you have? So here you go. And if you don't follow me yet, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Erica with a K, B on IG. Follow me, and I'm always like posting daily like random stuff from real estate to homeschool shenanigans. I have tons of highlights of videos and craziness because my family's crazy. So be sure to follow me on IG. And pause real quick, subscribe to this channel. um, and I think you should subscribe because this channel is different. Like, I'm not just talking about just homeschooling or just real estate or just running a business. It's all of that because that's who I am. I am all of that. So, yeah, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this with a friend. So, let's get into the Q&A. And I have my notes here, so I'm going to be like looking down to look at the questions as we go. So, first question, is there such a thing as a successful part-time realtor? That is a great question. So, when I first started out in real estate, I was working full time as a manager at a bank. And because I was really excited about real estate and I mean I was like talking to everybody about it because it was like something new I was working on, really excited about it, really enjoyed it and loved it. It worked me out of my job within like 4 or 5 months. Like it came to a point where it was like, okay, I need to choose because I can't give my 100% here and here. And I'm like not able to tap into my full opportunity with real estate because I have this 9 to 5 that I have to be here. So I just think that there you can be a successful part-time realtor if one, you have the margin and you are ready to work, because especially having the full, it's already hard enough being a realtor and the time that it takes just doing that full time. So to throw in a 40-hour work week on top of that, you need to be able to have the margin and the support to be working nights and weekends because that is when you will be working. Okay. So when you're not working here, you're working here. So maybe you have goals in mind and you have the flexibility, you have the margin to do that, then great. Yes, you can be a successful part-time realtor. If you are, maybe you have a job where it is a 9 to 5, but you have a flexible schedule. Maybe you work from home. Maybe you don't have a boss that like is like on you all the time and you can get your job done really quickly and that gives you the freedom to do other things. Then yes, you could be a successful part-time realtor. Absolutely. But that just again depends on your work schedule, your life, your support, all of that. So yeah, I hope I answered that question for you. Um, what are the unsexy parts of unschooling? This is a great question. One thing I don't want to ever do is I don't want to like, you know, make it seem like things are always amazing in anything in life, in investing, in unschooling, in marriage, in parenting. There are struggles with every single thing in every category, okay? So yeah, because there's sometimes where I'm just kind of like, I love y'all, but I like it is hard today. Like you tripping, it's my time of the month. I don't want to be around y'all right now. I've even like made that an educational opportunity and like I have boys too, so boys don't know about cycles and periods and all that. But I've educated them like this is what happens once a month. And when this happens, this is, I need this kind of space and all that kind of stuff because it's a real thing. But so the unsexy part about unschooling, I would say honestly, truly is the deschooling process can be very unsexy and frustrating. So when you are first starting off unschooling or you just are going through a deschooling phase because you just need to like reset, that like when the kids are like bored and okay, when especially when we first started deschooling, when your kids are used to being told what to do all the time at school, parents, whatever, and they haven't developed that natural curiosity, and they haven't developed those skills of, oh, these are the things I'm actually interested in on my own. They come up and when you like, they get bored. They're like, I don't know what to do. I'm tired, because they're like waiting on someone to tell them what to do. And so the whole point in the deschooling process is to not tell them what to do, is to encourage them to explore on their own without you telling them what to do. So that part of it, in that transition in between, you're not telling them what to do and they haven't discovered yet what they're good at and what they're interested in, that middle phase when they're like, I'm bored, I don't know what to do, I'm bored, and they're complaining, drives me crazy. That was not fun at all. And then you begin to question, like, am I doing this right? Am I setting them up to fail? Is it going to be successful? There's so many things, doubts come in that process that is like not fun at all. So yes, it's definitely unsexy parts of it. But I think pushing through, being patient, having a supportive community, communication. I ask my kids so many questions like, where are you bored? But maybe they just need like a little push, like, what are some things we can do together? Like, I have a son who is just like, he's naturally collaborative, right? At first, now he is a self-starter, he does things on his own, but at first he just didn't like, that just wasn't who he was. So he would be the one that constantly was the loudest about, I'm bored, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, I'll provide you all these resources for you just to try and explore, and you don't want to do. So he is a person, he just kind of needs someone to like start with him. So it's like, oh, okay, well, how about we play this game? Or how about we paint? Or how about we whatever? And you just explore it, you just get them started, and then they'll like leave some stuff behind, pursue some things further. And now they wake up in the morning, they have their plan, they've written out their plan on Monday, what they're focusing on for the week. They have it like itemized day by day. They get up, they wake up on their own, they just start pursuing their interests. I really don't hear I'm bored anymore. Because if they do say that for like a second, they're like, oh, I can go do this. I can go draw. I can go read. I can go do this. Because they've discovered what those interests are. So great question. What does unschooling look like for toddlers? Great question. So I have been unschooling and slash homeschooling since third grade. My kids actually went to public charter school from what, pre-K to third, fourth grade, depending on the kid. And they went to daycare before that. So we are fairly new homeschoolers. So my kids actually did experience public school, right? So we didn't experience the toddler phase of homeschooling or unschooling. But based on my research and friends that I know, toddler, unschooling, homeschooling just looks like a lot of play. It's a lot of play and just putting things around them and seeing what they gravitate towards and reading to them. And yeah, just a lot of like play and discovery through play. That's what unschooling looks like for toddlers at that age. Just a lot of interactive, hands-on learning, sensory type learning. They have tons of like sensory kits that you can get. Um, yeah, that's really fun. Hopefully you're like a naturally curious person, and then you just are, exploring nature. We do nature walks too, but definitely toddlers like just exploring outside, exploring the world, and lots of play. How do you do goal setting for the next year? This is so much fun. I feel like I want to do a whole episode on goal setting. I definitely am a achiever, and I guess I say a high achiever. And goals are really important to me. I have actually been tracking my goals since 2005. I have a note. I have a note I have a note page on my app here, on my a note app, and I can go back to 2005 of like tracking my goals. um, but the crazy part is over time, my goals have went from like 20 things to like five. And I just think that means like instead of I've learned over time, instead of like going like casting the net very wide, I just want to go deep, you know? Um, and so for me, goal setting looks like what is happening in this season of life? What is my priority right now? What is my value, my mission in life at this moment? And how do I structure my goals to reflect that? Right? So I start here with my why, and then I reverse engineer down to, okay, what does this look like on a yearly basis? Actually, really, I go from like right at this point in my life, I'm going 5 year increments. So I say, I don't want to plan anything beyond 5 years. And even within the 5 years, it's loose because ultimately God is in control of everything, right? But I started 5 years. I try to do no longer than commitments that are that long. I mean, everything. And then I say, okay, what are my like mission and values within those 5 years? And then I break it down 3 years, 1 year. It's okay, within this 1 year goal that is moving towards this 5 year plan, what are the things I need to do on a like total in order to accomplish those goals? And then I break them down by quarter, then by month, and then every month I just review whatever the monthly goal is and I say, okay, how can I schedule these things to happen and go from there. I actually probably will come up with like a goal planning guide to share because I really feel like it's helpful and I've heard that like multiple times. Another thing I did new this year was saying, okay, in reflection to that 5 year, 3 year, 1 year goal, to say, not only like what goals do I want to achieve, what do I want my life to look like? What do I want to give to? Where do I want to travel? Just like visually, like visualizing what do I want my life to look like? Again, within the amount that I can control, which is really nothing. But what do I want it to look like? And visualize that. And then I say, okay, well, how much does that cost in order to live this life? How much does it cost in order to take my family on this trip? How much does it cost in order to build this home for single moms? And then I just reverse engineer and say, okay, based on this visual life that I want to live, this is how much I need to make in order to achieve this life. And then I structure my goals in business according to what those goals that I want to achieve are. And so I hope I explained that, but basically I start with the goals and then reverse engineer and then just review them ongoing as a month. It's like almost like checking things off and it's been really fun. And when you fail, when you miss something, you can always reset. I mean, I sometimes reset in November at the end of the year. Some people like give up and they're like, "Oh, I didn't make my goal," and they just give up. Like, no, it's never too late. God's mercies are new every morning. So if you wake up the next day and God gives you breath, you have an opportunity to reset at any day of the year. You can reset on December 30th if you need to. It's okay, right? It's really about like establishing the habits and beginning to like move towards whatever you're working towards. So, okay, last question is how do you manage it all? Oh man, this is a really good one. I don't manage it all. That's the answer. I I delegate as much as possible. Um, I was just talking to a friend about this last night. Instead of just trying to like make all the money and keep it for myself or keep it for my family, I I believe in employing other people, creating opportunities for other people. We have a cleaner. This year we hired someone to help us like take the kids to their activities and pick them up. Because like in the car, I really don't. I mean, I'd rather like have time with you at home dinner cooking versus like in the car just frustrating battling Atlanta traffic, right? So, and that gave me like 3 to 4 hours back to work or to do what other things. So I hired someone to help with that. We do laundry service. Like there's just I delegate as much as possible so I can focus on the quality time with my family, and not doing all this other stuff that kids don't remember when they grow up. So I don't do it all. That's the answer. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you want more Q&As, comment below and let me know. Like and subscribe, share this with a friend, and I'll see you next time. Take care.